So after months of the usual rumor mill bullshit, you know, the leaked photos and the sources claiming this or that, we finally know what the Nintendo NX is gonna look like. We even got a name, Nintendo Switch. I dig it, with some reservations, but mostly I dig it. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Izzy, and this is the Izzy Nobre Show. Yesterday, Nintendo finally showed us what they were hiding up their sleeve all these months. The long-rumored console/portable hybrid that they're calling the Nintendo Switch. Right off the bat, very interesting design. So basically what you get is a tablet-looking thing with controllers that can be attached onto the sides. And when you're done playing with this tablet-looking thing, you attach it to a dock that then transfers the image onto your television. Then you can pick up a more traditional controller and play on the television. What this means is that there's no longer a distinction between what's a portable and what's a home console. I have to say, this idea of unifying the concepts of a portable with a home console would have been great when I was like 13 and I was trying to convince my dad to buy me a Game Boy even though I have a Super Nintendo at home. You think my dad gave a shit about portability? He didn't. So this is an interesting way to integrate the two concepts. I'm for it. It seems here that Nintendo is doing away with the concept that they themselves created, the home console versus the portable console, which offers a kind of watered down version of the games that you can play when you're at home. This opens some really interesting gameplay possibilities like they showed in the video. Say you're playing a game on your television and then you have to catch a flight, say. Then you just pick up the little tablet looking thing from the dock, you attach the controllers, and then you ride your cab playing that same game that you were playing on your television. That's pretty interesting. Then say if you are meeting with a bunch of friends, you can detach the controllers from the tablet thing, and then you can give a controller to your friend, and then you can both play on the same device, the same game that you were playing on your television. Now, I wonder how gameplay is going to actually work, because if you detach those two controllers, each one of them only has a fraction of the buttons that the whole thing has, but I'm sure they're going to figure something out. I think it's a very interesting design philosophy, and it brings to the table that social aspect that Nintendo Portables were always about. Speaking of Nintendo Portables, this might mean that the 3DS is on borrowed time now, because there isn't really much of a point for developing games or even buying them now when you know that there's something coming in the horizon. It's coming in March. It's only a few months away. Even though the Nintendo 3DS is obviously much cheaper and has a much bigger library of games right now, I don't think many people are that interested in buying this now when they know something new is coming out. That's par for the course with these things, but it's weird to see Nintendo pretty much bearing one of its flagship products like that. Price of progress, I suppose. One thing I found interesting is that there seems to be a shift in demographics. So traditionally, when you think Nintendo, you're thinking family-friendly, really kid-friendly video games and properties. In the announcement video, instead of going with the usual demographics that you associate with Nintendo products, they went with a different crowd. They got a bunch of wealthy-looking hipster millennials, which I wonder if this signals that Nintendo is more interested in bringing onto their fold the type of people who would traditionally be playing games on a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One. I think this is corroborated by an image they have on their website showing all the partners. I think this is corroborated by an image that they have on their website showing all of their third-party. I think this is corroborated by an image they have up on their website showing all of their third-party. I think this is corroborated by an image they have up on their website showing all of their third-party partners that are going to be making games for the Nintendo Switch. And there's a lot of heavy hitters. That's an important part because third-party support is what makes or breaks a console. Side note, I went to look for this image to put here on the video and I googled Switch partners. Not exactly what I was looking for. Now, they didn't announce a price, which makes me a little worried because this thing is only a few months away, and I kind of fear that the price point is going to be not exactly in line with what Nintendo usually does. Now, this is kind of understandable because the idea here is to have a portable console that runs regular console quality games, and miniaturization only goes so far in regards to how much things cost. By the way, we have to throw this out there. this is not exactly portable. This is portable in the sense that the Virtual Boy was portable. This is not going to fit in your pocket. It's not going to be like a 3DS. Even the 3DS is kind of big. This is way bigger than a 3DS. The way they showed people playing it in the video, I don't think that's really going to be what's happening. Like there's a part in the video where somebody's playing at their home and then their friends invite them to a rooftop party and they actually bring the whole thing. Now I get if you're going somewhere and you throw your 3DS in your pocket thinking if I get to use it that's fine, if not, no big deal, it's just in my pocket. I understand that, but to bring something that big, that's a bigger commitment if you're not going to end up using. I don't think, I can only see myself, even though I'm very interested in buying this thing when it comes out, provided that the launch titles are worthwhile, I don't see myself using this outside of the house all that much because it's kind of cumbersome. It's not exactly a portable. I think this is the beginning of something great. We have to keep in mind that this is a first generation product. This has never been attempted before. So there's going to be a few problems, but I think that down the road, when they come up with a Nintendo Switch 2 or its inevitable redesign, because that almost always happens with these things, if this was more in the form factor and the size of the 3DS, I would be 100% on board. But again, this is a beta, essentially, of this type of concept. Maybe the next one is going to be something a little bit more polished. But for what we saw, I think it's great. I think Nintendo's living up to their tradition of shaking things up and revolutionizing the industry. I'm looking forward to see what this console is going to be capable of, and it's great that they have all of this third-party support right out of the gate. It sucks that we don't know how much it'll cost, and it kind of sucks that we still don't know what the launch lineup is going to be, although we can pretty much expect a Mario and a Zelda and maybe a Pokemon title, Metroid maybe. Tell me what you think about the Nintendo Switch. Will you make the Switch? I guarantee that's what they're gonna use for the marketing. Will you make the Switch, or do you think this is too gimmicky to work, to stand up to the PS4 and the Xbox One? Let me know in the comments down below as always, and yeah, I think that's everything. Probably forgot a bunch of stuff. Who cares? I'm Izzy, and I'm done. I think this is corroborated by an image that they have on their website showing all of the third-party. Keep f***ing that part up.